It's Ray Give TV.
In the block.
Let's get right to it.
So Adam don't be doing no telling, bro.
Man, they saying Adam locked up all on the blogs. What's going on?
They came and got him this morning, bro. They doubled back. They came by and we try and have him out because he's supposed to go live today, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to go live at 4 p.m. And the crazy thing is, Adam texted me.
They're going to have him out by like 2:30. If we can get him out by 2:30, he can still make it to the building.
Adam texts me every day, and I ain't heard from him today.
Listen, bro. I sent Alex Kessel down there. He said he gonna have him out by 2:30, right? He ain't got no nothing. He's not, he ain't no flight risk or nothing. I didn't need to, I said, Alex, just use whatever, he said, nah, he got everything he needs for this portfolio. So he should be free by 2:30, and that means he should make it back. What time he supposed to go live today?
He's supposed to go live 4 o'clock.
Yeah, he gonna make it.
Hey, Wack.
He might be.
Hey, Wack.
He might be a little late, a little behind, but they gonna what up?
What? Why 2:30 and why not 2 o'clock?
Well, no, he just said 2:30 at the latest. So I'm telling them, shit. I'm telling them ASAP. I don't want bro to sit in there a second. He don't have to, but they own him about something, bro. I don't know what they own him about, but they own him about something. And I don't know if they was trying to get something out of him, but I'm pretty sure come 4 o'clock, he gonna be here. My attorney assured me. They assured me that they're gonna definitely have him at 2:30 at the latest. So he'll be here at 4 o'clock. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a lot to say. This shit gonna whatever the comes out of Adam out today, I'm sure it's gonna shake the motherfucking internet, bro. For them to go with him, that means it's some.
Oh yeah, you know something. You must know something, Wack.
He don't do nothing, bro.
Yeah, because that's the thing a lot of people confused about. Because Adam made a post last night saying that the feds came knocking at his door. We seen him make a post and he said he's gonna be in a red Nike tech. Yeah, all right, but my thing is, what do you even think the feds could even want with Adam? Like, where does Adam even play in? But besides having people on his podcast, what would they even want from him?
Think about it. It ain't about people on the podcast because that's contractual work. A lot of times it's just on the muscle. Like we looked at Vlad, it comes down to maybe they think he has something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some footage, but with Bricc, baby, a lot of his shit be live. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe it's something in the times Luce sat down with us, because remember, our shit ain't live. Right? And, I got this no edit thing unless it's like some smoking or some dumb shit in there they got to do for you guys to get monetized. But, I don't know. Like, Adam don't do nothing, bro. Adam don't do nothing. Adam, look, bro, Adam sit his ass in there, eat his rabbit food, and be surfing the internet, looking and bringing himself, up to speed on current events. So, that's all he do. He don't do shit.
Yeah.
Adam don't do shit. Or with his dog when he's there. That's it, bro. Or interview. So, when he goes out with Bricc, or Bricc goes out with him, rather, it's always like y'all went to Chicago. It's work. You know what I'm saying? Adam gonna do his shit, back to his room, go eat. Half the time the people doing extracurricular activities, they finna go to the club. Adam go back to the room. You know that, right? So, I don't know, bro, but whatever it is, he definitely will be sprung today. 2:30 at the latest. That give enough time to get back. So I'm knowing Adam, he ain't gonna give a fuck about nothing. Whatever he got on, he coming in with it. He don't give a fuck because he ain't finna. He gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
we gonna see. He gonna shake the neck today. Everybody, if you listening, 4 o'clock. My word.
No,
Adam
interrogation
will be free. My legal's on it. Shout out Alex Kessel. My legal is on it. He will be free.
I believe
And 4 o'clock, y'all need to tune in because whatever the fuck he's talking about is gonna be crazy.
All right, well, everybody's gonna be tuned in.
Remote.
What's the word?
I need you to set up, bro, how we can do my shit remote, bro. I'm gonna need to fall back for a couple weeks, see what's going on, bro. Me and R&B over here, we over in the mountains chilling out, my nigga.
Oh man, they got you even out there. Hey, all right, well we'll figure it out.
Get back with me later on.
I hit you when I get offline.
Yeah, ain't no coming in tomorrow for Wack, my nigga. That's out. But Adam gonna be there today, and we need to figure out what the fuck going on around here. They snatching Adam.
That's crazy, right?
Remo. You and Flacco might be next.
Remo ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen
Adam
nothing.
don't either, Remo. You know, you are down. You're down deeper than me. You are a partnership. You know, you really part of the no jumper structure. So, you know,
he trying to put me in. He talking about this nigga
part of the shit.
You are Remo.
Rolling.
My word, Remo. If I get the word, I'm gonna send the team to get you. You got my word.
I'm gonna send the team.
All right, bet you better come through, Wack.
All right, look. When your mama catch you and your cousin doing something stupid and they just catch you, he was doing it with me.
Man, that nigga Wack is crazy as a mother, man.
Wack is
well, shit. Free Adam if Adam is locked up. I ain't heard from him today, but goddamn.
Do you feel like you've affected what's going on with them right now?
Not really.
You don't?
Although I can speak on some very, very privileged information right now that I think is going to set the internet on fire because...
It is.
All right, let me break this down for you. Let me break down the last 24 or so hours of my life. So, I, this morning, got a colonoscopy as a result of the fact that I, for a period of time, was suffering from a condition called colitis, in which your colon becomes infected and irritated, whatever. They wanted to do a colonoscopy. This is my second time doing it. Basically, it involves you don't eat any food for 24 hours. You take a bunch of meds that make you shit out every last ounce of water and shit inside your body, and then you go into the doctor's office. They put you to sleep. They take a camera. They put the camera inside of your butthole, which means, yes, I was booka today.
And Brick's very jealous.
By a large Samoan man. I don't know. I was locked up. I was knocked out, so I don't remember anything from it at all. I'm sorry, Bricc. I know that this kind of goes against the nature of our relationship and everything. I wasn't supposed to let another dude hold me down like that while you were locked up. I'm so sorry. But I did that today. Anyway, yesterday, I'm sitting around the house, starving myself all day. I actually have a newfound appreciation for fasting because I do feel like I achieved some sort of mental clarity while I didn't eat food for a day.
Shouts to the monks.
But while I'm in my house, I'm playing poker on my computer, a guy comes to my front door, and I didn't actually even know, but my girl was communicating with him through the box in the front of our house with the camera. She texts me. She says, a dude is here from the FBI, and basically he's trying to serve you with a subpoena. And so she told him, like a ride or die would. She told him, Adam's not here, and he's off at work or whatever. I forget what she told him. And so I immediately hop on the line with my lawyer. I say, what should I do? I don't want to, handle this situation wrong. Over and over and over, I've sat down with rappers or whoever who tell me about situations in which they divulge too much information to the police or whoever, and it ended up coming back to bite them. Especially, something that comes to mind is like Hurricane Chris, who caught a body that was blatantly self-defense. Soon as the cops come, he airs out his whole situation and ends up coming back to haunt him because the state ends up trying him. So if he had not made all those statements to the cops right after he had killed this dude, then it for sure would have been a way easier case for him to beat. Now, that being said, I'm not really that worried because I know that I myself haven't been involved in any criminality, but I figured I would have my lawyer take care of it. So my lawyer reaches out to the guy who came to my door. She assures me that she's going to be able to ask the FBI agent a handful of questions, and from that information be able to ascertain, is Adam in trouble? Is Adam going to be, forced to hand over a crazy amount of information? Because that was kind of lingering around in my head as like, God, this is going to be a huge pain in the ass if they want to confiscate all the computers and everything in here. We're going to have to buy a bunch of computers to use.
Where's the furnace? Start the furnace up, guys.
I don't know. I was considering that. I have not destroyed any information for the record. But this is the thing that my lawyer comes back to me with. She said the feds were interested in one thing and one thing only. Because in my head, I'm thinking they're going to want copies of the podcasts that Bricc or Luce were on. They're going to want to make sure that there wasn't anything in those podcasts that was edited out. Now, anybody who knows me and No Jumper knows that we really don't like to edit things out. So the only stuff we're editing out is if it's like a 4-alarm fire, like, yo, we need to take this out. So I don't think there's ever been something that Bricc or Luce told us that they needed us to edit out. But the one thing that the feds wanted was the cease and desist from Big U to No Jumper asking us to take down the episode in which Luce Cannon first made the explosive statements that suggested that Big U had previous knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death. Now, that situation is very much outside of what was mentioned in the indictment. In the indictment, there's nothing about Nipsey. There's nothing about any of that stuff. So this to me is kind of massive because it makes me feel like, oh, the FBI is interested in what Big U's involvement in Nipsey's death might be, which to me seems gigantic. I don't know why that cease and desist is not going to help them prosecute Bricc Baby or Luce Cannon or anybody else. But the fact that they're interested in that, to me, adds quite a bit of credibility to the argument that perhaps Nipsey Hussle's death was a more complicated situation than it appears to be.
Well, isn't that when this
gave it to him though?
Isn't
We did hand it over, yeah.
isn't this when that that
wasn't.
I mean, really, like,
So it's safe to say you the feds.
I'm happy to help the feds with talking about a document that we have previously discussed on here over and over, and which doesn't implicate anybody that I know or whatever. It's not like I know about Big U doing something illegal. Big U did something perfectly legal by sending over a document to us asking us to remove a piece of content. Now, for the record, it doesn't mean that this means that there's a full-scale investigation into Big U's involvement in this situation.
You don't feel like you played no part in them getting booked at all?
No.
Like
really.
with the shit they set up here and you clipping it up. I mean, I get you live and people might be able to screen record, but some of the shit these niggas is saying, you sitting back, like even the feds probably like, I can't believe like these niggas is this dumb. Well, then you clip it up to reiterate what they said.
My attitude is basically if somebody comes on the podcast and they want to live their truth, they want to talk about the things that they've been through, then it's none of my business to dig through each podcast and figure out what's criminal, what might come back to get them. Because let's be real, this is hip hop where a huge percentage of people's lyrics, songs, etc., are basically putting them in the mix and acknowledging that they've been involved with crimes. And, you know, when I'm sitting there and Luce Cannon's saying, because keep in mind, this is my first time even understanding that Big U might have had any involvement in any street stuff still, when Luce Cannon's sitting there and saying, yeah, me and Big U went to this weed spot and we got all this money out of them, and then Big U didn't split the money up fairly and yada, yada. I'm sitting there thinking, Big U's on that? Like, I had no idea that Big U would have been doing anything that could be considered extortion or, you know, payments for checking in, whatever.
Not a guess.
In retrospect, I feel a little naive since he did call his podcast that and he was talking about the checking in process pretty openly.
He talked about
I mean, like Bricc.
On the
At the end of
Breakfast
the
Club.
day, we see, like, we understand the bottom line is the money. So at the end of the day, like you just said, if they come on here and you ask them certain questions and they're dumb enough to speak on that, yeah, it's partly their fault, but you don't think the questions you ask are strategically bringing certain things about of them?
Well, it's not like I could have even asked about that since I didn't know anything about that. They just started talking about
Well, like,
it.
who are y'all talking about?
No, look. See, me, I'm talking about Bricc. Now, as far as guests that come on and willingly tell on themselves, that's 100% on them.
Okay,
I don't blame platforms for dumbasses coming on the internet where you know the police are watching every platform everywhere and telling on crimes they committed. They're idiots.
Understandable, but did you read Brick's indictment?
I'm not reading through none of that shit. But basically what I'm saying is, regardless of if anything he said on this show was in the indictment or not, some of the shit he said, if that's my boy, like if my brother was to say some shit like that, hey bro, you gotta stop talking about shit like that. Or I'm not even putting it up. Like, nigga, you just said some federal shit. I'm gonna edit that shit out before we put the clip out. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, fuck it, it is what it is. He dumb enough to do it if this is my boy. See, there's a difference between I'm calling this my homie, my friend, like Adam calls Bricc, or some idiot that just comes up here and wants to go viral. Yeah, I caught 11 hats. Okay, you stupid as fuck.
But I think part of it is the fact that, you know, when Bricc comes on here and says, I'm putting kill squads in the street, or I got more bodies than you got squabbles.
That's what I was getting. That was crazy.
But bro, he don't mean that shit.
It doesn't matter.
That's for entertainment purposes.
When he goes to court, they can still bring that type of shit up.
But my thing is that when I hear Bricc say something like that, and of course I assume that Bricc has never killed anybody, but when he says that kind of thing, I assume he's doing marketing because he knows that the aura of danger around him is such that that's really going to hook people and get them interested. And we're seeing that right now. Really, if I had a suggestion for Bricc, if he gets out tomorrow, I'm going to say, let's get a video guy. Let's get in the studio. Let's drop music right now.
1000%.
Because realistically, having this aura of danger and criminality around you is going to be massively beneficial to people paying attention to your music or whatever you're trying to monetize. So, I mean, number one, all those statements were said on live. So, yeah, we could have cut it out, which would have basically meant that everybody besides us was able to monetize it. Or we could have,
Is that more important?
So it's content over everything.
I mean, it's going to happen either way. So.
But the thing is, if you read Brick's indictment, you'll see, and I'm not telling you to because I know you don't want.
He's not being accused of anything like that.
That's what what I was trying to get to. So literally, like, he had an AK case from 2023. It's got nothing to do with anything he said on a podcast. He's not a part of that Rico with Big U in them. He's not listed as a defendant.
Yeah, I saw that.
On that Rico.
Yeah, I seen all
so
that.
There's nothing that he said. Now, what you saying, what Messiah said, like, oh, it could be used against you in court, potentially as a character witness, but I think that could easily be dismissed considering you're an entertainer for a living, and your persona is based on having this, street image, which these statements do nothing but substantiate. It's got nothing to do.
I mean, at the end of the day, if somebody come on here and they say what they say, that's coming out that person's mouth.
And even if Bricc had never been on a podcast, you could just listen to his music and say, look at all this shit that he said that's basically him declaring himself a killer.
His music's way gnarlier than anybody.
That's what I'm saying is that, like, let's say tomorrow Bricc gets hit with another indictment and it's like, oh, we think Bricc Baby killed these 4 people. I mean, the music is then going to be, the Traplo Ross documentary is going to be crazy because Bricc talks like he's the best man who's ever walked the West Coast in his music.
Swamp Story,
and that's what you're supposed to do.
Swamp Stories has a whole video calling him. You feel me? You feel me? The Crip serial killer, whatever they call him.
And I mean, people want to blame you, which I think again, you asking certain questions could be looked at as fetish. But at the end of the day, these people are coming up here to give these stories, to give this behind the scenes information because they want to go viral. They want the clout. So at the end of the day, if you're willing to take the risk of sitting behind bars or being unalived or whatever the case is for clout, then that's on you, right? Like at the end of the day, I could pass out the poison all day. It's up to the people on the other side to take it. So if they're going to come on here and they're going to do that, that's on them.
Yeah.
That's
how I feel about it. Even though I feel like you do put people in positions where they could say things that might be incriminating, or you make them feel comfortable enough where you guys start talking about certain things that they shouldn't be talking on camera. But at the end of the day, they gotta know that for them.
Big U under fire, man. Got to be more careful. You feel me? Like, hey, y'all like the video, share the video. Be sure to tell a friend and tell a friend. We got content. To everybody out there gritting, grinding, working hard. If you believe it, you'll achieve it. Do what you gotta do today to be prepared for tomorrow. And there we go. But until next time, it's your boy Ray giving them go. God bless. Peace.